Queen Mary of Scots used to wash her face with wine because she believed it helped to retain her alabaster complexion. Some sources also suggest that she bathed in it. Richard I had his heart buried separately from the rest of his body. He had been shot through the shoulder with a crossbow outside of Charles Castle in France in May 1199. The injury was serious but survivable. However, the infection that followed it was not, and he would die 2 weeks later on the 6th of April. But the event surrounding Richard I's death is probably not as disturbing as that of William I's. The funeral of William I in 1087 was interrupted by a heckler shouting from the back of the church that it had been built on his father's land without his family being compensated. As if the royal send-off couldn't get any worse, William's sarcophagus was found to have been built too small to accommodate his body, and after an attempt was made to squeeze the body into it, the swollen bowel burst, and an intolerable stench assailed the nostrils of the bystanders and the whole crowd. Caligula led a lavish lifestyle to the point that he dissolved pearls into his drinks. He was also said to have planned to make his favorite horse, Incitatus, a consul, though whether this was a serious intention or a mockery of the Senate is debated. Caligula's reign was marked with even more notoriety. It's worth noting that many of the accounts of Caligula's behavior can be difficult to verify, as many stories about him come from sources written after his assassination, which may have been influenced by political bias and sensationalism. Still, even if he wasn't as bad as history claims, controversy surrounding his rule would have likely persisted. A 15th century voivode of Wallachia, that is a ruler in southeastern Europe, I hope I pronounce it well, preferred a special method of punishment: impaling. It involved forcing a sharp stake through the victim's body, typically through the backside or lower torso, and then erecting the stake vertically. The stake would be placed in the ground, leaving the victim to slowly slide down under their own weight until the stake pierced through their body, resulting in a slow and agonizing death. He would often display the sight of thousands of impaled bodies in public places or along the borders of his territory, serving to intimidate enemies and discourage rebellion among his subjects. This ruler was aptly known as Vlad the Impaler. On the 31st of December 1612, noblewoman Elizabeth Bathory was arrested. Why? She had been accused of the murder of hundreds of young girls, which had begun as rumors but soon started gaining attention when a Lutheran minister made complaints about her. An investigation was arranged by Georg Thurzo, the Palatine of Hungary, who recruited 2 notaries to collect witness testimonies, which they were able to, from over 300 witnesses. Thurzo would go to the Chartist castle on New Year's Eve and arrest Bathory and 4 of her servants, imprisoning her right there. There are slight differences as to the account of Bathory's arrest, though from Thurzo's letter to his wife he found one girl dead and another living prey in the castle. Modern writers claim the accusations against Bathory were an attempt to destroy her family's influence in the region which they owned lands, as wielding such feudal power was believed to be a threat to the political interests of her neighbors. But Michael Farin did point out that the testimony from over 300 witnesses did support the claims against Bathory, some of whom described physical evidence and the presence of mutilated, dead, dying and imprisoned girls found at the time of her arrest. Now, the trend of people stuffing their own exaggerations into such stories led to the national folklore that Bathory bathed in the blood of these young girls to preserve her youth, earning her the sobriquet, the Blood Countess. Queen Ranavalona I of Madagascar was known for her extreme cruelty and isolationist policies. In exercising her policy of refusing to cooperate with foreign powers, she expelled Christian missionaries and violently persecuted indigents who had converted. However, it was her judicial methods that brought her global notoriety. The Tangena Ordeal. The Tangena ordeal involved the ingestion of a poison made from the nut of the Tangena tree. The accused person would swallow 3 pieces of chicken skin, don't even ask me if it was cooked, along with the Tangena poison. If the person vomited up all 3 pieces of skin, they were considered innocent. They were deemed guilty if they did not, or if they died. It is claimed that Queen Ranavalona reign resulted in the death of 50% of Madagascar's population, which is unsurprisingly debatable. But we can confirm that this justice system operated by the Mad Queen of Madagascar indeed led to an estimated thousands of deaths per year, with some sources indicating that between 20% to 50% of those who underwent the ordeal did not survive.